Welcome back to Danganronpa V3. It's time to end the killing game. Hopefully. We think we found the secrets, the truth, or at least enough to get there. So, let's get Kiba to stop this. When I stepped out into the courtyard, I yelled at the top of my voice. Monokuma, please stop fighting. We can solve this another way, one that's best for both of you.
That's it.
Please, listen to me. My voice reverberated throughout the courtyard. And after a while...
It's almost dawn, like we agreed. Have you found what you were looking for? Are you ready to do what must be done, Shuichi? Either way, this is your last chance.
I have no idea what's going on, but messing with this robot is starting to bore me, so I guess I'll hear you out.
So, what is this other way?
A class trial.
Of course.
We were all gonna do a class trial, one last time.
A class trial?
It had to be.
That's...
What do you mean? Are you trying to continue the killing game?
You?
This is no time to mess around. I thought you were going to end it.
No,
I'm not messing around.
that's wrong.
This class trial will end the killing game.
Huh?
A class trial to end the killing game? As Kibo spoke, I saw Maki running over from the school building. Oh no. I had a feeling. Oh, thank God everyone's here.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean we're going to do a class trial?
You.
Are you serious?
It can't be.
That's how you're gonna end the killing game?
Okay,
Everyone's here. Now, let me say this. We need to stop fighting and have one more class trial.
that's it.
If we reveal the whole truth there, we can end this killing game.
What are you
The
saying?
killing game will end when the truth is exposed. Why would you say such a thing?
That's...
By the end of the class trial, that will be clear. Monokuma, you're the one who calls these class trials.
Alright.
But not this time. This time we choose to call the class trial. One to end them all.
You're really bugging.
But why do we need to hold a class trial when no one has been killed? That's what I'd like to say, but I get it.
What? 'Cause
My little shootout with this rundown robot hasn't been fun for a while now. And I think it's pretty interesting that you guys are on board with holding a class trial. In fact, I welcome your initiative. This turn of events will make things very interesting. So even in these circumstances, you take the opportunity to make things interesting. That means the killing game must be...
and another thing.
However, if we're gonna hold a class trial, I'm gonna hold you guys responsible for it.
Huh?
Responsible?
'Cause
It would be bad if we had a class trial that didn't reach a satisfying conclusion.
in other words,
If the trial doesn't go your way and ends up without the truth being exposed,
to tell you the truth,
then you will all be held responsible for staging such a disappointing class trial.
Okay.
Of course. I don't doubt your resolve at all. But are the others okay with it too? The responsibility will be shared by all of you.
What was that?
The responsibility will be shared.
but
We've been ready.
That's true.
I'll trust you, but if you screw this up, I'll kill you before Monokuma can.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe you.
You're right.
You're right, there's no point in freaking out now. I have friends I can trust, there's nothing to be scared of. Hibo.
yeah.
Also, if we're gonna do this class trial, you gotta take off all that fancy sci-fi gear. We can't risk you going berserk if the outcome isn't in your favor.
I see.
Take off this gear. If I remove these armaments now, I will lose my chance to destroy this academy. This is the last chance. The last chance to not let Monokuma win. Is this really alright? Hibo, please. Believe me. I don't want Monokuma to win. We're going to win. Our hope is going to end this game of despair.
But...
Do you really think that ending awaits us? It sounds too good to be true, honestly.
Okay.
Yes, I do. That ending is hope for us. And we can't give up on hope. Hibo, let's trust Shuichi here.
Hey,
You don't want to die either, right?
Right.
We're all friends who can believe in each other, aren't we? Not all of us, Himiko.
I understand.
Very well. I will remove my armaments. Let's hold this class trial.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kibo. Then it's decided!
All right.
That's right. Our class trial.
That's it.
Our final battle. Our hope will defeat your despair.
Why?
Why are you laughing?
Gross.
Is he that confident that he'll win?
It's fine.
It'll be okay. He's probably just bluffing. Who can say? Well, if we're gonna do this class trial, we should hurry up and head to the trial grounds.
Oh,
However, I will have the Monocubs strip that robot of his gear.
Yeah.
I know.
you guys.
Everyone else, please proceed to the Shrine of Judgment and head to the trial grounds. I'll go on ahead and begin preparing. Monocubs, you can take it from here.
So,
Alright then, we're gonna take this gear off of this robot.
let's do this.
I'll finish it in seconds, cause I work like I eat, fast and sloppy. You shouldn't be proud of being sloppy.
Everyone!
I'll meet you guys there.
Okay.
Kibo walked back towards his lab with the exosols.
Then,
We should go too.
Don't tell me.
I can't believe we're having another class trial.
Why?
I didn't think Monokuma would accept so easily. That was too easy. I can't help but feel a little strange.
It's from that one thing.
He probably agreed to stop it before Kibo destroyed the academy. Still, it was almost too easy. Perhaps Monokuma simply expected this. But it was still much easier than I imagined it would be. No sense in worrying about that now. We've come this far, we just have to do it. To end this killing game, we have to follow his rules one last time. And win this class trial. Oh boy. Okay, let's talk to everyone first.
Never.
We're having another class trial. But this will be the final one, right?
Okay.
Yes, that's right. This will be the final trial.
But
I wonder if Kibo is okay. I hope they don't do anything weird while they're disarming him.
no.
I'm sure that they won't. If anything happened to Kibo right now, it wouldn't be a fair trial that Monokuma insists on.
I see.
Then it's okay. The four of us and Kibo?
Yeah.
By combining the marks of our friendship, we can overcome this final class trial.
What is it?
Maybe he accepted because he couldn't handle Kibo's destruction anymore. No, that can't be the reason.
That's right.
Even Kibo said it himself. He'd only be able to withstand the Exosol's attacks until dawn.
What are you trying to
Then why did Monokuma agree to this so easily?
No.
I can't say for sure, but we can't be distracted by that.
That's true.
No matter what he's plotting,
Hey,
we're ready to end this killing game. Right?
That's it.
Yes, with this class trial. There's just so much that hasn't been answered that needs to be answered in this class trial. And, we're gonna do what we always do, which is have a look at the evidence we have before we jump into the class trial. So, we won't be starting the class trial this episode, and as a result, it might be a little shorter. But that's because I got a lot of theories to go over. So, here we are before the door, as always. Let's have a look at our evidence. The History of Hope's Peak. Found in the Ultimate Supreme Leader's research lab, this book details the history of the battle between hope and despair. The afterword claims it was compiled by several esteemed researchers, and it is the most thorough and accurate book written on the subject. However, it contradicts the memory that Shuichi and Maki received from the flashback light. The key passages of the document are as followed. The cause of the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history was the ultimate despair. The term ultimate despair can be used to refer to both the group and the events caused by Junko Enoshima. In order to plunge the world into despair, the ultimate despair plotted the killing game of Hope's Peak's 78th class. To protect themselves from the tragedy, the 78th class sealed themselves inside Hope's Peak Academy as part of the Hope's Peak Academy Shelter Project. Hope's Peak Academy did not admit students by application. The only way to be admitted was by being scouted. That's wrong. We learned about that in Danganronpa 2. The reserve class, Hajime, that's inconsistent. We learnt that the memories we've gotten might not necessarily be the truth, because the flashback lights can be made in the classroom on the second floor. There are 4 categories for the types of flashback light that can be created: the survivors, the outside world, the killing game, and the participants. In those basic categories, several options are available, so the memories we've received from them have been fabricated. Whether they're the truth or not, we don't know, but we can't trust everything we remember. Kokichi's motive video. Though most of the videos ended up with the wrong person, Kokichi got his own. According to the video, Kokichi was the leader of a secret society named DICE. Together with his 10 underlings, he committed non-violent crimes and harmless pranks around the world. We all thought that he was the remnant of despair, but that's what we were made to believe. He was just a prankster. I mean, he was all kinds of messed up, but he still was just a prankster. He wasn't a remnant of despair. I don't think there's any proof to suggest that. The killing game. Monokuma is particular about the killing game's rules and making sure it's exciting, almost like the killing game is meant to be shown. In addition, it's very similar to the killing games held by Junko Enoshima in the past. Kokichi claimed that this killing game was being watched by someone. I think they're kind of going a bit meta here, in that we are the ones watching this killing game, and maybe that's the direction that this game is heading in now, which I wouldn't be opposed to. I like that concept. Undertale did it well. But as for now, we don't have much more about that. The 2 mysterious messages found in the courtyard. This world is mine, Kokichi Oma. Originally, it was just Horse A. The second message said Twins B, and that's what we used to get into the safe in Rantaro's lab, which led us to this video message. A video file found on the USB stored in the vault in the Ultimate Survivors research lab. It is a message from Rantaro before he lost his memories to himself after he lost his memories. According to the message, Rantaro was the ultimate survivor and had participated in a previous killing game. We don't know anything about these previous killing games yet. I'm sure that will come to light. The Gopher Project Participants List, a document found in the Cold Sleep Room. Written on it are the profiles of all the participants in the Gopher Project. According to this document, Kaede has a younger twin sister. Also, that looks like a much bigger list than just the 16 of us. I'm not sure if it lists our relatives or if there were more participants in the Gopher Project than just the 16 of us, which is possible. The Bug Vac, a vacuum device for capturing bugs. It was found in the Ultimate Inventors Research Lab. Thought to have been designed by Kokichi to check for the tiny bugs Gonta thought were real. Although it's still a prototype, it's functional and shows signs of use. However, it doesn't seem to have captured any bugs. I don't know where this is going yet. Motherkuma, a giant Monokuma head in a glass case. It was hidden in the room in the back of the library. It is a machine that creates spare bodies for Monokuma and copies his thoughts over to them. I have a thought about that, and we'll come to it in a moment. The shot put ball with the pink fiber. Found inside the trash can in the hidden room. There were no bloodstains on the shot. It is different from the one that was used to kill Rantaro. Pink fibers were found on it. Survivor's monopad. A monopad given to Rantaro for being the ultimate survivor. Clue to end the killings, the mastermind who is behind this killing game is hiding somewhere within the academy. Your best chance of exposing them is when Monokuma needs a spare. At that time, the mastermind will go to the library's hidden room. To prove this hint is accurate, I will predict something. The first thing you will remember is the ultimate hunt. Only share this information with people you know you can trust. Rantaro Amami. Clues to the mastermind. According to Mother Kuma, the mastermind goes to the room in the library quite often. In addition, the classroom that creates flashback lights reverts to its original state when the door is opened. It seems as though the person operating it was being cautious not to be seen by anyone. The hidden door in the library requires a card key to be entered, but when exiting the room to the library, no card key is needed. And that ties in to the hidden passageway that Himiko found. A secret passageway hidden in the back of the supply closet in the girls' bathroom on the first floor. It is connected to the hidden room in the back of the library. This passageway was not even shown on the map of the school on the Survivor perk monopad. Only the Mastermind knew about it. And then there is the final picture of Rantaro. The photograph taken by the camera facing the hidden door in the library during Kaede's case. It was discovered in Kokichi's room. Rantaro is pictured trying to remove the camera. Shuichi said he noticed something that was very telling about this, and I had to go back and look at it myself and work it out. He is holding the Survivor's perk monopad. His handprint was shown on that monopad. You can't see it here, but if we go back to when we found it, there was a handprint on the back and a bloodstain. So clearly, he was holding this monopad when he was killed. That created the bloodstain on that monopad. But when we found his body, we only found his student handbook, not the Survivor's perk monopad. That means someone exchanged them. I made a long list of my thoughts on all of this. I think that Rantaro's Survivor's perk was a trap set by the Mastermind to kill him. I think that the message he was given wasn't necessarily actually written by him. I think it may have been the Mastermind's attempt to trap him and to get him killed. I believe his e-handbook and the Survivor's perk monopad were swapped. Given the window of time between him dying and everybody arriving to see his dead body, someone had to go through the secret passage. Go through the secret passage, come out of the hidden room into the library, and swap the pads around. Now, I went back and looked back at the first case. The only person who didn't have an alibi at that time was Tsumugi. She said she was in the bathroom. She was only gone for a moment. She couldn't have done anything. But that means she went to the bathroom. As for the shot put ball with pink fiber, perhaps it's a red herring to try and incriminate Kaede in some way, but perhaps there's more to that we don't have evidence to support yet, and I'm not quite sure. Furthermore, yeah, it keeps going. I've been a little suspicious about Tsumugi for a while, in that she is as close to a background character as you can get. That's almost her primary character trait, is how little she stands out. And she tries so hard not to stand out. When her lab was discovered, at that point in the game, every other lab had had some kind of bearing on the case in that chapter. With the exception, I think, of Kirumi's lab and Kaede's lab, but even then, the associated characters were involved in the events of those chapters. Tsumugi wasn't. When we discovered her lab, that's when we went to the virtual world, but we also discovered Shuichi's lab during that chapter, and there was poison from his lab used in that case. The game has been avoiding Tsumugi at all costs. We don't know that much about her. This ties into Mother Kuma, because the machine that creates the spares can only be activated by a voice command, by the Mastermind saying the word birth. When we first discovered Mother Kuma, everyone there, so Himiko, Shuichi, and Maki, all said the word birth. Tsumugi did not say that word. I have to come to the conclusion that Tsumugi is the Mastermind. And so, we've gone through all the evidence. We've done everything we can, and now the only thing left to do is to go into that Shrine of Judgment and start this final class trial. And I'm really nervous. The next time we come out of the trial grounds, it'll all be over, right? We can win, right?
Okay.
Of course.
It's okay.
It'll be okay. This class trial should be much easier than the others.
What?
Why?
Because
Up until now, we had to find the culprits among the people in our group during the class trials. That's why we couldn't work together, even if we wanted to, but this time, it's different.
I see.
Since there isn't a culprit among us, we can work together without any doubts.
Ah.
We're all going to be working together this time. I already feel more at ease. But I wish it had happened sooner. At the beginning, there were 16 of us. But now there's only 4 of us standing here, plus Kiba who's coming later.
Well,
We're about to head to the last battle. Why are you so depressed?
sorry.
You're right.
Everyone,
Thank you for waiting.
Kibo.
That was fast, Kibo. His weapons have been removed. I suppose we don't have to worry about him attacking.
What?
What, are you disappointed? Did you prefer your sci-fi gear after all?
Well,
No, it's not that.
everyone!
I'm just very sorry. Hey, he's got his antenna back, his ahoge. Kibo bowed at the waist to us. I acted recklessly and put you all in serious danger.
Everyone!
I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
What?
What's wrong? You're totally different from before when you were in battle mode. Shuichi, you told me earlier not to give up hope.
Okay.
That's right.
I
I finally realized that you were right. My inner voice told me. Your inner voice? I thought you couldn't hear it anymore. Well, I had the Monocubs repair me in addition to removing my battle gear. And now, for some reason, I can hear my inner voice again. So you can hear it again after the repairs. But it looks like his hair looks like an antenna. Does that mean it wasn't just decoration? Now that I think about it, what is his inner voice exactly? What does he hear? I was wrong to try to destroy everything, just to avoid losing to despair. Even if I had followed through, there would have been no hope or future left afterward. In which case, my actions would have merely resulted in a different despair altogether. I do not expect you to forgive me. What I did was foolish.
please.
But will you allow me to fight alongside you? I want to help you and find the truth. Please. Of course, Kibo. That's what we've wanted from the start. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have been able to do this. So you'll allow me? Oh, you seem angry, Samugi. Would you prefer I not help?
Well,
I'm not mad. I'm just holding myself back. When someone says please that strongly, I always want to respond with, but I refuse. I can't read the mood here, so I'm holding back. Well, of course.
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay now. Of course you can fight with us, Kibo. There's a big wall between living things and objects, but you're our friend, Kibo.
Everyone!
Thank you. By the way, Maki, I've been meaning to ask you, but what is that vacuum cleaner you're carrying?
I see.
It's the bug vac. I think Kokichi designed it and had Miyu make it.
I see.
Ah, yes, Gonta had mentioned something about tiny bugs before.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it could be a clue to something. But we can't seem to catch any bugs with it. It doesn't seem like there are any. So it really was just Gonta's imagination after all.
No.
Wait, it might be too soon to determine that. Can we wait until I've examined it, with my eyes at least? Your eyes? I guess so.
Ah,
Maki, you brought that thing with you, huh? You act like you're cold and distant, but you're surprisingly warm and serious. I finally feel like I've figured out how close we are now. I love this girl. As for this girl,
but
Kibo seems completely different from earlier. Maybe it's like equipping all those weapons enhances feelings too.
it's from that one thing.
It happens with cosplay too. When you wear a cosplay, you start acting like that character. I really hope I'm wrong about this, because I really like Samugi as a character. And it would be so out of left field to do that, you know? Also, I'm looking around because I never found that last Monokuma, and I'm sad, but oh well.
What are you trying to
With
pull?
Kibo's eyes, huh? If Gonta couldn't see it, I doubt Kibo would be able to see it either. Well, you never know. He might have special eyes. What do you mean, Kibo?
You.
What good can your eyes do? It's not like you've got good eyesight, right?
Yeah.
That was true, until I installed my zoom function.
Huh?
Your zoom function?
Yes.
It was in my lab, next to the jetpack and the rocket launcher. Thanks to that zoom function, my vision has increased 100-fold.
Huh?
100-fold?
What did you say?
That's a power-up that goes way past your default settings.
But
This is the true talent of the ultimate robot. Because I'm a robot, I can evolve in ways that are simply not possible for a human. I've finally accepted that. There are notable differences between us, but they're nothing for me to be ashamed of.
I also.
Because with my talent, it's possible that I can save you all. Kibo took the bug vac from Maki and
Leave it to me.
it's worth a shot. At maximum zoom, my vision is on par with that of a microscope. Maki, I'll borrow this bug vac for a moment. He stared at it intensely.
I see it. I'll print out this memory.
Oh my god. Abs, you were right. Tiny little surveillance cameras. Just as before, Kibo printed a picture from right out of his mouth. He took it from his lips and handed it to me.
Huh?
Is this Monokuma?
Hey,
Are those the small bugs Gonta was talking about? Damn, Gonta's eyesight was good.
Yes.
A human's eyes would not be able to see things that exist at a nanoscopic level. For Gonta to have noticed them, his vision really was superhuman.
hey.
Hey, what are those things holding? Are they holding cameras?
Well then,
Why don't we ask them?
huh?
We can talk to this?
Leave it to me.
Yes, I've already installed an augmented hearing function.
What was that?
I guess anything is possible.
Start talking now, or I'll squish you one by one. Whatever function you serve, you'll be unable to carry it out. Do you accept these terms?
Kibo asked in a way that made it clear it was not up for negotiation.
They call themselves Nanokumas. Apparently they're members of the Monocubs.
What? This little thing?
Then there were actually 6 monocubs?
Not quite. These don't exist as individuals, but rather as a hive mind. They travel through the air in a swarm, covering every square inch of this campus.
So it's not just one, it's a whole swarm of monocubs?
If they're that small, they could have been in my nose or mouth and I'd never know. I don't like the thought of that.
And their function is to record footage of the events that are unfolding here and transmit it to Monokuma.
I knew they were watching us somehow.
What? Using their tiny cameras, they record footage and transmit it wirelessly. Mother Kuma receives the footage and parses it before sending it off to Monokuma.
You mean like a security camera?
They're so small that they can't be seen with the naked eye. They must be the security cameras. Wow. So there were security cameras after all.
Hey,
And they'd been recording the footage wirelessly. Kokichi was correct to use the electro bomb. When he used it, the Nanokumas were unable to send any footage back to Monokuma.
You're right.
Yes, in that case I doubt Monokuma knew the real culprits. The more I learn, the more I wish that Kokichi had just worked with us normally.
but
That's impossible. No matter how many times he reincarnates, he's a liar down to his soul. I never would have imagined that the 6th Monokub would be security cameras. That's how Monokuma was able to keep watch of this entire academy. He's toying with us. He's not just confident, he's sure he's going to win. I know that's what he must be thinking.
oh yeah.
At least we know that important detail now. I'm glad you told us that before the last trial.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kibo.
By the way,
You're welcome, but we should get going now.
That's true.
Yeah. We don't know what Monokuma will do if we show up late.
That's fine.
You're right. Let's start heading to the trial grounds.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna do that in the next part. The beginning of the end, as it were. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.